Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review, and today we're going to be reviewing one of my personal favorite action figures from 1986. If you've been following my show long enough, you will know that 1986 is my favorite year for G.I. Joe. That was the year that I became deeply immersed into G.I. Joe. 86, just for some reason, outside of, I guess, personal nostalgia, just really shined for me. Some of the more brighter colors were introduced, was not Zartan, but Xandar and Zarana. They had sci-fi. So it started getting a little more colorful, which I do like. I know there are a lot of people out there that don't like the brighter colors of G.I. Joe. They would rather stay with the more militaristic colors of the OD green and the Cobra blue. But the colors worked for the characters. You know, Cobra is not an organized military. They're a paramilitary force, so they pretty much do what they want. So the Cobra Viper is my all-time favorite out of the Vipers from that year. You know, everybody that watches this channel knows that I love the Alley Viper above and beyond every other Viper out there. But from 86, this guy is my most favorite. He was released as a part of the 5th series, and he was on the pegs until 1988. You know, they still continued doing their 2-year runs at that time, and that was what I really loved. You could still pick these guys up because the line was still in its infancy at that time, and they were letting kids catch up on getting action figures. That way they didn't miss out on a lot of them. There were several different card backs that came with this Viper, and I will pull those up for you here in a minute. Let's see if there's anything special about him on yojo.com. There were 29 versions of the Viper that were made, so he is a pretty popular figure. His original retail price was $2.35, and that isn't bad at all. Yeah, that was, for me, that would, I could go out and mow a lawn, you know, pick up $5 or $6. One lady would pay me 10, so I was able to pick up 2 or 3 Joes if I wanted to. And that's how I really started building up my collection as a child. Was if I needed money, I would go out and mow somebody's lawn or go out and collect cans, and my mom would take us to the recycling center and we would collect the money for it. And that's how I got my money to buy Joes. My very first Viper, though, I bought in 1994, the Battle Corps Viper, and he looked nothing like the rest of the Vipers. And I remember really being disappointed about that, simply because he didn't have that really cool helmet, that distinctive look that I was so fond of. And he was, in my opinion, a totally different character aside from the other Vipers. He could have been somebody different. He looked, you know, had a little respirator here down on the front of his mask. He could have been a part of the Eco Warriors, in my opinion. But they put him with Battle Core, and I bought it because I didn't have a Viper at the time, and I was wondering what happened to the Vipers. Why isn't he like the rest of them? And so I was, needless to say, a bit disenchanted with this. My childhood memories with this Viper, of course, came from my friend John. And when he had purchased this Viper, I saw it and I was immediately in love with it. He was just, his uniform alone, the helmet, the body armor, his gun was, it just blew my mind. His backpack is so-so. He could do without it, but still it looks pretty cool on him. He has pads on his arms. We'll look at that more when we discuss the figure. I thought he was just the coolest action figure out there, and we had a great time with this. Sadly, I never had a chance to buy him, because every time I went out to buy an action figure, I did not see the Viper, so I was busy buying the ones from previous years, trying to catch up to 1986. So those are my memories with him. When John got the Terrordrome, of course, he fit right in with the Terrordrome, and we always had him operating one of the turrets, and we had such a great time with that. He looks good on the turret. Actually, he blends in very well. It seems like they designed the turret around the Viper, and giving the price point of the Terrordrome, it should have come with more than one action figure, but it did come with an aircraft, so I guess that kind of compensated. Like the flag, that should have come with more than just keel haul. Should have come with a few extra sailors, in my opinion, giving the size of the vehicle and the price point. But it is what it is. I will never get the flag. I just can't justify dropping $2 or $3 grand on a play set, and it'd be way too expensive to buy it and to buy the pieces and assemble it. It's just too expensive, and I just don't have the room for it to properly display it. So anyway, let me pull up the pictures of the file cards that came with this Viper. The separate years, 86, 87, and 88. You'll see different cells with the newer figures that were released that year. That's why they had so many different file cards. So let me get those pulled up for you. Okay, so you'll see that there is a variant on the card, as I aforementioned. One was the Sergeant Slaughter promo for Sergeant Slaughter Version 1, the mail away, and then in 87, I believe, they came out with the Version 2 of Sergeant Slaughter that came with the Triple T tank. That was the one that was the one that was used in the miniseries Arise, Serpentor Arise, and also in the G.I. Joe movie. So that was the one that was canon for the G.I. Joe cartoons. That was version 2 of Sergeant Slaughter. And the other file card that was in 88 was the promo for the fridge for Refrigerator Perry for his giveaway Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the fridge in the cartoons because the cartoon by then was discontinued, and later on Deke had picked it up. The file cards themselves, there is a change in the bottom paragraph. So I can read the bottom paragraphs for you. Version 1, the bottom paragraph reads, if you want to get anywhere in Cobra, you have to start out as a Viper. That's at the bottom of the pyramid, and serving as the Cobra infantry is a small price to pay to gain access to glittering prizes at the top. Glittering prizes at the top. Cobra doesn't reward success with parades and medals. They offer material wealth and power, and the outlet for terrible urges that drive the greedy and envious and the cruel. If that doesn't make a Viper a dangerous opponent, nothing else does. Radio telecommunications. As they have the RTO and setup in the back of their helmet, and they're not the first ones to have the RTO. That was the Televipers as well that has the RTO setup in their helmet. So version 2 of the file card changes. This came out in '87. If you want to get anywhere in the Cobra organization, you start out as a Viper. That's at the bottom of the pyramid. Serving in Cobra infantry is a small price to gain access to glittering prizes at the top. Cobra doesn't reward excuse me. I hate when that happens. With parades and medals, they offer material wealth, power, and the outlet for terrible urges that drive the greedy and envious and the cruel. That doesn't make a Viper dangerous the opponent, nothing else does. Radio telecommunications. And that one came with it has H1 down in the corner. So, and the last one, it reads the same. It's just a different color file card. It's more of a gray color. So anyway, if I am mistaken, please let me know. The screen is a little hard to read. So I'll read the top paragraph of version 2. The Vipers are the backbone of the legions. They are highly motivated and superbly trained and formally equipped. All Vipers are issued a combination assault rifle and grenade launcher, the rifle part of which can function as a short burst assault weapon to sustain fire and cover support weapon as a long-range sniper rifle. That's pretty interesting. With an advanced light intensification, night vision, telescopic sight with a built-in rangefinder, a multi-layered body armor, and wrap-around acrylic composite helmets with built-in RTO gear that are standard issue. So their helmets are have built-in radio communications, which is very cool, as it was with the Televipers as well. They had built-in radio communications. Okay, and the first file card isn't as in-depth as the second file card. It was missing some of the things about the radio communications. so on and so forth. But I have the first version of the file card, which I will read for you. But $2.35 was an excellent price for these action figures, but giving 1986 minimum wage was $3.75. So even then, if you're working minimum wage, you know, if you want to, you know, really get down to it, you have to work, you know, it's almost an hour's pay to buy one of these. But nonetheless, these were still relatively inexpensive. So, you know, compared to today's prices, an action figure on the shelves, you know, you pay $20 for it, and that just boggles me. They are more set towards the adult collectors, but still there are kids that love to buy these as well. And, you know, kids these days have more money, I guess, but still, that is ridiculous for the price of an action figure. Toys are made to be bought, played with, and have fun with. And anyway, let's just get into this action figure. I could go on and on about these prices, right? You guys know prices, right? Hey, come on down. So let's go ahead and just look at this thing. That's what this show's about. So at the beginning of the cartoon series, we had these Vipers, the Cobra Soldier. This is mine from my childhood. You can see that there's a little bit of difference in the paint. I had slopped it down on his leg. I had repaired his crotch. It had snapped off, so I put some epoxy on there, and I didn't quite match the paint up right. You see, he's so badly yellowed. But this is my Viper. This was my very, very first G.I. Joe that I got, or received, I should say. Proper English, please. You know, use the King's English, Byron. That I had received for Christmas in 1982. So I was thrilled to get him. He's still in fairly decent shape, aside from some yellowing. I had to replace his screw as it was pretty rusty. He spent a little bit of time in the bathtub and swimming pool. So 1986 came about, and we hardly saw these guys anymore in the cartoon. So taking a look at the file card, as I had bored you guys with reading all three of the file cards, you could see that this one had the Sergeant Slaughter promo. This is not a sticker. It was printed onto the card back, which is pretty nice. Has a picture of the Viper here on the front. It says Vipers are the backbones of the Cobra Legions. They are highly motivated, superbly trained, and formidably equipped. All Vipers are issued combat, or a combination assault rifle, grenade launcher rifles, part of which can function as short burst assault rifles. This is sustained fire covered support weapons for a long range sniper rifle with advanced light intensification, night vision, telescopic sight, that's a mouthful, with the built-in rangefinder, multi-layered body armor, wrap-around acrylic composite helmets with RTO, telecommunications, that's what RTO stands for, gear, our standard issue, sorry, and the rest of the, you know, version 2 had like 2 or 3 more lines that were added to the first paragraph of this file card. Looking at the Viper, himself, let's go ahead and take his accessories off here. The color palette on him really speaks to me. I love the Cobra blue, black, and red. And then I had that splash of silver to break everything up. And I really can't get past the fact that this guy here with this awesome uniform is at the bottom of the totem pole compared to this guy. I mean, this plain uniform that we were so used to in the first run of the series he outranks him, and he has the cooler uniform. So that just boggles me. But it is what it is. I don't know why Hasbro did that. But looking at him, he has these pads here on his arms. I'm sure that's for defense. The pads have straps that wrap around his arms. He has red gloves. His sleeves are rolled up. He has black body armor with red side panels. The body armor wraps around the back. Red shoulder straps that go around the top. He has the Cobra sigil on the front. Some pockets here on the front as well. And red closures on the front of the vest. He has a red Cobra sigil belt buckle. And more padding on the belt and some pockets. Red stripes down the side of his pants with bellows pockets down on the side. He has knee-high boots with knee pads. And I just love that helmet. That is the coolest helmet that I've seen in the G.I. Joe line. The goggles here on the front are kind of interesting. It doesn't make much sense to me, but it's nice that it breaks up the helmet. I think it would look really strange without the helmet, or the helmet without the goggles. Here on the back is the radio telecommunications equipment. Then let's go ahead and put him back on the figure stand. Yeah, these guys are so cool. Everybody troop builds these, of course, so they'll fetch a higher price, and we'll find out about that in Byron's Gripes. He came with this awesome gray rifle. The 25th anniversary Viper comes with a very similar rifle to this, but it's a lighter color gray. It's almost white. So you see that it has the night vision scope here. The front sight here is often broken off. It doesn't look any different, or it looks normal with the front sight broken off. But if you're buying it on the aftermarket and you see, always check for this sight. If it's not on there, the weapon is not complete. Here's the grenade launcher on the bottom. Weapons, ammo clip, front, a forward grip. The detail on that is very nice. There's the safety. They even sculpted a trigger on it. The butt pad. Very, very cool weapon. I like that quite a bit. His backpack, you can see right here on top of the bedroll, there is a Cobra sigil as well. He comes with a canteen, a pouch, 2 more grenades, which I failed to point out here on his chest. 2 grenades up there on his chest. So let's pull out Daddy Viper here. Compare the two. They did a very good job with the classified Viper, matching it, the body armor and everything, matching it to the 86 Viper itself. The backpack, they updated it, making it look a lot cooler. Very nice. These are flashbang grenades. Of course, they have to add a little bit more, you know, given that he's 8 inches. But it's a very nice homage, as if you would, to our version 1. Such a sweet action figure. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into my next segment of Byron's Gripes. But before we get into this, let me know what you think about this Viper. Pretty much every Cobra troop is referred to as a Viper: Strato Viper, Tele Viper, Toxo Viper. So it's all a snake theme, right? It's a Cobra organization. You know, Crimson Guard, you know, since they are the elite, they dropped the Viper suffix. So I want to thank everybody for staying with me all this time, listening to the mindless chatter and the review. I want to thank you for stopping by the Toy Dungeon. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. When you subscribe, you're automatically enrolled in giveaways. It's very simple. Just hit that subscribe button, please. When I reach 700 subscribers, I will be holding a giveaway. The toys are fantastic. Okay, they are always in good shape. I don't give away any junk. These are collector value toys. Okay, I have a Ram cycle that I will be giving away. I have a separate giveaway for my channel supporters. They've been such a big help to this channel by making donations, or aka donations, to this channel in one form or another. You know, through contributing pictures for the intro, donating money in various forms, or donating toys to the channel, which is always appreciated. It's not cheap, as you guys know. Running the channel itself, yeah, that's inexpensive. Just takes a little bit of time. But yes, so 700 subscribers. Every 100 subscribers I reach, I do a giveaway. So I do Byron's Gripes as a means of entertainment, also education, to give you guys an idea of what to expect if you are a first-time collector and you're shopping on eBay. I just use eBay as a reference. That is it. I don't pick on eBay. I don't pick on the sellers. I pick on the prices. I am not a bully. You will never find bullying on this channel. If you want sarcasm, yeah, I am sarcastic, but if you want to bully, go somewhere else. Okay? So yeah, these prices, they are just insane. If it says G.I. Joe, it doesn't mean that it's valuable. There are hundreds, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these made. A lot of these were put on Hasbro Direct and sold for 4 extra years. So that's where they put their overstock. So, you know, a lot of these toys are not rare, guys. So there's no reason why these prices should go up. But if it's a troop builder, prices shoot out of the roof. So here we go. We have a Viper, 100% complete with a full cut card back, $54.99. Giving the current market prices, I'll put that with deal of the day. Here's bare bones, no accessories at all, $39.99. No thank you, sir, but he does pad that with an or better offer. But lately I have been experiencing the or better offer with a discount of $2 or $3. Yeah, but you end up paying that in shipping anyway. So why? You know, you get gouged in shipping with a lot of these things anyhow. So going on, here, no, that's a custom, never mind. Here is one bare bones again, no accessories, $30. No, the Viper that I showed you, I found him at a thrift store. I kid you not, a thrift store. This guy almost looked mint out of the pack. Thrift store, 50 cents. So shop thrift stores. You could get lucky. I bought at least 10 Joes at a thrift store for 50 to 75 cents. Shop your local toys, vintage toy stores. Support your local local merchants. Keep the money in the community and keep a small business running. Here's another one, complete. $44.99. Free shipping. I love that word, free. Hey, pardon the noise in the background. The town that I live in, they are installing sidewalks finally after 60 years of this town being around. They're finally putting in sidewalks, which meant I lost 3 feet of my property, but that's okay. I have a sidewalk now, which is nice. Here is one 100% complete with a file card, $44.95, deal of the day. I am really surprised in finding deal of the day on this. Here is one, just the VIPER bare bones, with a full uncut file card, $49.99. No, thank you. I would pay that with, if it was, maybe pay that if it came with the accessories, maybe. Here's another one, bare bones, $39.99. No, 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 no. Come on, guys. These prices make it hard for a lot of people to collect and to enjoy. I know sellers need to make money, but come on, discount them a little bit. Here's one, $55, complete or better offer. No, but you know, $5 in shipping. You know, okay. Thank you for putting a bandage over the wound. Okay, here's one, mint on card, $299.99. That's a 34 back. So that means there's 34 cells on the back, 34 action figures. It's advertising, and he wants $15.55 in shipping. Unless he's going to do a priority and insure it, then that's more than likely, because I just shipped a package yesterday and that's about how much it would be for priority, because that includes insurance on it. Here's one, 100% complete, $21.99, deal of the day, guys, all day long. Those are reproductions on the gun. Okay, here's his gun. Okay, $4.99, deal of the day for the gun. Here's one, bare bones, $34.99. Thank you, no. Too expensive. Here's another one, 100% complete, $47.99. Thank you, no. You could keep it. Another one, bare bones, $28.50. Okay, deal of the day. No. Full card back, $12.99, deal of the day. Thank you. $75 for 100% complete. What did you do? Did you pull this out of an elephant's backside as it was running? What? No. No. Keep it. Okay, no, that one's not complete. It comes with a totally different gun. Here's one, bare bones, $29.99, $32.99 bare bones. Here's a gun, $49.99 or $4.99. Here's another one, complete, for $44. There are several pages of this guy, so I will just leave it at that. So obviously he isn't rare, but as I aforementioned, he's a troop builder, so those fetch a higher price because they are in demand. There's people that just love to build these. They line them up in formation and take pictures of them, which looks really awesome, by the way. So these guys are highly sought after. Any troop builder is highly sought after, but still that makes it very hard for your average person to purchase these, children to purchase them. And I know of a few kids that do buy G.I. Joe, and it does make it hard for them to do. And I'm sorry for that. Even, you know, adults, I should say, it makes it very difficult and frustrating to get these at a good price. So anyway, thank you guys very much for tolerating these long reviews. I really appreciate you sticking by or sticking around. Please hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I do answer back. If I do not answer back, it's because something happened and YouTube didn't notify me of the comment, but I do go back through YouTube Studio and look for comments and answer you guys. That's very important. If you leave me a comment, you deserve an answer. So I make it an honest effort to do that. So thank you so much for sticking around. I do really appreciate each and every one of you. This channel is a success because of you. So I do have a goal to reach 700 by the end of the year. That's not asking much. So anyway, you guys take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, be kind to everyone. Especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. And be kind to yourself. So we'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. And hey, if you have an idea for a review, let me know down in the comments. If I have the action figure, I will be more than happy to review it for you. Yes, I will. This channel is part yours. So take care. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.